Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Mi nombre es Kenneth. I'm here to make a video. Why am I sounding like this? Okay, that's kind of racist, but it is kind of part of the video I want to talk about, and that is 5 stereotypes about Mexicans. Now, before you ask who the hell is this guy, okay, I understand I'm not very famous, but if you do know me, you'll probably know me from Kenneth's Movie Corner, where I review movie reviews. But I decided to make a channel that isn't exactly about movie reviews, it's more about live, vlogs and everything. And, I decided to make a video about stereotypes on Mexicans. Now, in case you guys don't know, I am Mexican American. Even though I was born in Arizona, my parents are Mexican, I was raised in Mexico. It wasn't until recently when I moved to the United States. And living in Mexico for a lot of years, I've realized that there's been a lot of stereotypes that a lot of people think are true, but they aren't exactly accurate to reality. So, you know what? I decided to talk about those stereotypes. And no, I'm not saying like, oh, these stereotypes are racist. Some of them are close to reality, but there's some of them that are very exaggerated. But yeah, here we go. Here are 5 stereotypes about Mexicans. Number 5, we are all Catholic. Obviously, I'm not a Catholic, but when people think about what is the religion of Mexicans, Latinos, or Mexican Americans in general, most will say that the religion in Mexico is Roman Catholicism. While it is true that about 80% of the population in Mexico is a practicing Catholic, that doesn't mean every citizen in Mexico is a Roman Catholic. Like, for example, I've met a lot of people in Mexico that are, Protestants, or some of them are atheists. So, yeah, it doesn't mean that just because the majority of the people in Mexico are Roman Catholic doesn't mean that everyone is a Catholic. Like, for example, myself, I do have some Catholic family members, mostly from my maternal grandfather's side, but when it comes to my maternal grandmother's side, they're all Seventh-day Adventists. From my dad's side, they're all Seventh-day Adventists. And even though I wouldn't call myself a very religious person, I do have some belief in God, but I'm not a Roman Catholic. But yeah, I would say it is like saying all people who live in the Middle East are Muslim. While it is true that the majority of people who live in the Middle East are practicing Islam, that doesn't mean everyone in the Middle East is a Muslim, similar to here in Mexico. Just because Catholicism is the biggest religion in Mexico doesn't really mean that we're all Catholic. Number 4, tacos.
We got burritos, quesadillas, tacos.
We as Mexicans, we love tacos. I love tacos. Who doesn't love tacos? Here's the thing. When Americans think of tacos, they think of this. And while that is the most common depiction of a taco in American media, that isn't exactly how a Mexican taco looks. Actually, the Mexican tacos look like this. Yeah, I know, they don't have the hard tortilla. Most of the Mexican tacos I've tasted, they have the soft tortilla from corn. And yeah, again, there are some tacos in America that are delicious. Like, for example, I love the nacho tacos. But if you want an authentic taco, this is how the taco looks like. This is a big one, and it is the accent that I start with the video, and that is number 3. We all sound like this.
Oh, but mi nombre es Lopo Rodriguez.
Yeah, that broken English that everyone just thinks that every Mexican who comes to the United States has this broken English accent. You've seen it in cartoons, you've seen it in a lot of stereotypes, and I wouldn't say it's 100% false. I've definitely met people in the United States who, when they speak English, they speak it very broken. And I have some family members that live in the United States but don't speak English. Like, for example, my great grandmother lived like 30 years in the United States before her passing, but she never spoke English that well, if any English. Well, there is some truth. There are other examples of people who came from Mexico to the United States and speak English very well. Like, for example, you have actress Asa Gonzalez. When you see her in interviews, there's literally no accent, so you're like, wow, you expect her to sound like have a very broken English, but when Gonzalez talks, she sounds almost American.
That what makes Madame M so sort of fascinating is that you can really put your finger down on what's her deal. And that's, I think, the intention of what's happening in this introduction on Hobbs and Shaw.
And yeah, actually my uncle, who, even though he lives in Mexico, he was born in Mexico, he was raised in Mexico, he's a teacher in English, and when he speaks English, he almost sounds like an American. So yeah, while there is true that people who don't know English that well will speak in a very broken accent, when they start practicing more, the accent kind of starts vanishing. So it's not like, oh, you're from Mexico, you're gonna talk like that. It's not like that, but again, it does happen, so it's not 100% false. Number 2, we all dress like this. Yeah. When it comes to the depiction of how a Mexican dresses, they mostly think that we have a white shirt, a sombrero, and a large mustache, and a Winchester rifle. And people dressed like that, but like 100 years ago in the Mexican Revolution in the 1910s, but not anymore. Maybe because where I grew up was a border town, so maybe since I didn't go that south into Mexico, maybe there are people who dress like that, but it's not 100% accurate. Again, we dressed like that like 100 years ago, but I've never even met someone who dresses like that in his everyday life. And the number 1 stereotype that everyone knows, I've seen it in every TV show that depicts Mexico, is that the towns look like this. And again, it is true. There's some towns that could look like that, but most of the towns that are depicted in American culture that are supposedly Mexican towns, they look like towns from the 1800s to early 1900s, not something that you'd see right now. And yes, there are towns that look something like a traditional Mexican town, but let me show you some examples of towns that don't really look that like Mexican stereotypes. Like, for example, this is Mexico City, this is Monterrey, Nuevo León, this is Tijuana, Baja California, and this is Ciudad Juárez. Yeah, they don't really look like that cartoon you've seen depicting a Mexican town. So yeah, those are 5 stereotypes about Mexicans debunked. Let me know in the comments. Is there any other Mexican stereotype that I missed? If I did, let me know in the comments. If you like this video, please drop a like and subscribe. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel and also subscribe to my main channel where I review movies. The link is right here. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you like it, please drop a like and subscribe. Make sure you follow me on my social media. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good day. Kenneth out.